Today we have a 2016 GTR in the shop. Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm John.
And this is DIY Detail.
Today we're going to be doing a decontamination. We're going to start with doing a pre-soak with rinseless wash. Ivan's using our keg that's filled with rinseless wash, diluted 256:1. He's going to spray it over the entire vehicle to lift up some of the dirt that is just dwelling on top of that surface. While Ivan's covering the vehicle with the rinseless wash, I'm going to use the All Clean and apply it to the wheels.
The All Clean is diluted 15:1 and just a smidge of Incredible Suds in there just to help with the dwell time.
We're going to let this dwell for a couple minutes, then we're going to give it a rinse, and then we're going to reapply the rinseless wash before we do our contact wash. This first rinse is going to bring all of that dirt and grime that's on that vehicle that the rinseless pulled up, and it's just going to rinse it down the side.
Next, we're going to reapply the rinseless wash to the surface. If you don't have a keg, one of these little battery-powered sprayers does a great job as well.
We're also going to want to reapply All Clean to the wheels before we do the agitation on the wheels. You can also apply some DIY Detail iron remover on top of the All Clean that will help bring out some more of that buildup from the brake dust and make it a little bit easier to clean out those harder to reach areas.
We remove the majority of the loose brake dust on the wheels and tires with the pressure washer and our first foaming. Now we just have to actually clean them. You get the traffic film off of them. So I'm going systematically from the outside in, doing the tire, the wheel, and then working my way in. As a car enthusiast and a detailer, there's a lot to be said for 5-spoke wheels. They're nice, open, and easy to clean. Now, I'm sure some of you that are watching are here not because of the detailing, but because of the GTR. Where did the term Godzilla come from for naming the GTR? Let us know in the comments. Now that the wheels are washed, we can wash the body, and we'll be using the rinseless wash in the bucket. In the bucket, it's a 256:1 dilution ratio. Just need to take our sponge and just squeeze it till it's on the verge of dripping. So as you can see in the rinseless wash, the dirt is emulsified and floating in the little bubbles of rinseless wash on the surface. That means the rinseless is doing its job. And one thing you'll notice, as I've been moving around the car, my bucket has been following me. John hasn't trained his bucket to follow him yet. It takes 2 to 3 weeks to train your bucket to follow you around the vehicle, but once you get it, the bucket will follow you.
He's just learning. He's beginning.
Next step in the process is decontamination. Very important, and especially in a white car. You are going to get little flecks of brake dust causing little rust stains, to say the least. This is going to help it dramatically to reduce those. Now, we always want to fold our towel in 4, making sure that you have a nice thickness to it, and at the same time, you want it wet. So a little squeeze will bring it out. 1 spray on the panel, 1 on the towel, and we start decontaminating. If your car has a coating on it, or it's well maintained, this is something that can just brighten that white paint a little bit.
As you can see, there's still quite a bit of bug guts left on the front of this GTR. So the synthetic clay towel with the iron remover will be a good way to pick up the rest of those bug guts.
If you have some of those bug guts that don't want to be removed instantaneously, don't worry about it. Leave them there, come back in a few minutes, and they'll come off quite easily. Same thing with contamination. If you have heavy contamination on the vehicle, give it 1 round with a perforated synthetic decontamination towel, then let it sit for a few minutes. Let the chemical do the work for you. Come back, and it'll be much, much easier. When you're done using your decontamination towel, run it under some nice cool water, let it dry, put it back in its container once it's dry. You don't want to wring out a towel. Like John has done, folding it, pressing it is great. You don't want to wring it out. Not a good idea for these. On the back end of the vehicle, we can really see where the heavy contamination was, and that's normal. So we see all that purple streaking. It's a good sign that we've done our job.
Now that we've applied the iron remover, we're going to give it a good rinse before we actually put water spot remover on there to help get rid of some of that buildup of minerals.
Now, the water spot remover is the next step, and that's a mineral cleanse. We're removing all the minerals from the surface. We don't see them, but they're there. There are two ways of using this. One is like glancing sprays, then we agitate it with a towel, or if you want, and it's not recommended, so just douse the surface. That uses a lot of product, and you're not going to get as good a result as if you had agitated it just a little bit. So use less, agitate more.
For agitating the water spot remover on the surface, you can just take your towels, dunk them into your bucket, your wash bucket, so they're nice and damp. And just run it across the surface. One thing to remember is not to flip the towel over. You want the water spot remover to remain on the same side to have as much product spread across the surface as you can. Picking up that mineral deposits from the surface of the vehicle.
Ideally, you're going to spray the water spot remover on a damp surface. Now, you can put it on a dry surface, but we want the lubrication that the moisture is there, as well as the water spot remover, to work together in conjunction to agitate and to lubricate. You do not want to use the water spot remover with your decontamination towel, though. It's not going to end well for the towel.
You can use water spot remover in direct sunlight, but you're going to want to work in smaller areas, removing it from the surface as you go along. One thing to remember with the water spot remover is you don't want it to dry on the surface of the vehicle. So be sure to get it off before any more evaporation of that moisture goes off the vehicle. As you can see, we didn't use a drying aid because we are going to be doing a paint enhancement, and you don't want those products on that surface or when you're doing that polish. Now that we're done drying the vehicle, if you want to tune into our next video, we're going to be doing a paint enhancement with app and a ceramic coating.
Until then, watch this one.